This is the before video of the kitchen. This is looking at the dining area. One day we want to get new chairs. Right now those are chairs that we got in London when we lived there, and they've just got flip covers on them now. We loved them. They're like from the 1930s. It's actually a set of 6. Tom has it in his office, the other captain's chair. But I don't know, they just look sort of dated now, I think. They've got the fiddle back, so it's not straight, it's fiddle back. Also, it's a real pain to keep them clean because this is our main eating area, and you're always pulling the chairs in and out by their backs. We don't have the old one, but there was another light fixture there that we replaced, and this is the newer light fixture that we've got. Got a close-up of it. So our Timides. There's a story behind that. And I think we'll probably keep this. This is the tile that the original builders used. And I think that it's kind of a nice memory. That looks out to our deck. I'll come around. Tom's grandmother's pasta board and one of his mom's prints outside to the screen porch. And I think he'll be the first casualty, the buffet. Again, I don't know, late 1800s, maybe turn of the century piece that would have been in a dining room, and we used it. It was just interesting how the kitchen had just the counter stopped where they did, and it fit nicely there. I think previous owners, they had a big black metal baker's rack, but that's going to go down in my office. Hopefully it's going to fit there. We're just going to extend the counters all the way down to the end, and I think we're going to keep the open shelving. We like that, but see how low it is? We're gonna well, I'll show you how low it is. See, it's so low. I think it's just like 11 or 13 inches, so we're gonna raise that. And but we're gonna keep the open shelving. We really like that. So it'll go all the way across though. But one of the things that we're thinking about doing is moving the stove. Tom is researching stoves now, and the stove that's there in the corner, we're gonna get, I think that's a 40-inch or something like that. So what we're going to do is actually have the stove here. So it's not going to be catty-cornered there in the corner, but it'll be on the side. And with a kick-ass range hood that'll suck our hair up into it. One of the reasons that we found that this is just such amazing workspace right here next to the sink. So oftentimes when we prep food, as you can see, it tends to be right here on the island. And so you're going between the sink and the prep area and the stove, and that floor just takes a hit. I mean, it just starts to look like a barn floor really easily. So this is just really nice prep area to have the sink on one side and the stove on the other. So we'll make that counter space longer. There's Rose's vases. She had them displayed that way, so homage to her. A sink, it'll be an under counter sink. Can't wait to get rid of that thing. Though we did get a lot of comments on our red sink. And the refrigerator's going to stay. This is an ancient Sub-Zero. It's like from 1981. And we're going to keep it. We're just going to put a different cabinet face on the front of it. And I think there's going to be some space up above it. These shelves are going to get, I'll show you, these shelves are just going to get updated. I think they're going to be, the material we're looking at for the cabinets is cherry. And so I think these guys are just going to get updated, and hopefully the trim look nicer, and they'll be in cherry. The island is going to have a new surface on it. This countertop here was concrete, and it was kind of interesting, but I think it's out of fashion now. We don't like it enough that we'd want to repeat it, and it'd be hard to find someone that would actually work with it. The sink is going. This is all that we use the sink for. Pretty much it's just to hold the compost bin. So we're going to lose that sink and gain some more counter space. The end of the island is, you can see we love having the laptop there, which will probably morph to a tablet one day. But we love seating there, and you see there's no under counter seating. So the idea is that we're going to put some under counter seating there. And right now we're thinking it's going to be a 15-inch overhang. For the countertop material, we're planning to use siltstone, and that we can go 15 inches without supporting it. So it'll just be cantilevered or just kind of floating out, and I think that'll look nice and clean and contemporary. What else? Oh, the countertop also, I'll say, for locals, supposedly this was the prototype for the bar at Ocean Boulevard. It's concrete, and the people that we bought the house from had worked with the group that had Good Life and Ocean Boulevard and Blue Point. So that's kind of the story behind that. So this is the range, not a stove. I wanted to call it a range. And as I say, Tom is working on a newer version of that. And this is going to all be one piece. Again, we're looking at soft stone, so instead of it being a counter area and then the extended area or an extended windowsill, it'll all be one surface. So that'll be really nice. And then from our friends, the Youngs in Connecticut, Heather and Stefan, what we want to do is have this end raised a bit and then with grooves in it, so that you can see we always use this for draining dishes. And come into the pantry. Pantry's not going to change that much. These are the wonderful shelves that Tom built over the washer and dryer. And alas, we're going to keep the washer and dryer. As much as I'd like to get a new one, as Tom says, they're working, so we're not going to replace them. And it's funny, whenever we bring up the subject of a new washer and dryer with someone talking about, oh, I'd love a new washer and dryer, people will say, oh, I've got one, it just doesn't really work that well. They just don't build new stuff like the old stuff. So for now, that's a battle I won't fight. We'll stick them with the old guys. And then this is a cabinet that Tom kind of retrofitted that I thought was pretty cool. We weren't really using the cabinet, so he just raised the shelf so we could put the laundry baskets in there, which we love. That works really well. And he also did this great rail here. Get a close-up of it. It comes out of the ceiling. So we hang dry a lot of clothes. So that works really well. There's no clothes that are hanging there, just some bags. Well, there's one of Tom's shirts. So we love that. The idea is to put a soft stone top on the top of that. Now the guy that we got the estimate from, he hadn't included it in the estimate, so I was at his shop and kind of trying to remember how big this area was, and he, with the measurements that I gave him, it came up to $1,200 for a soft stone top, which I think we grossly overmeasured. I don't think it's that big, but if it's $1,200, that countertop is going to stay a laminate. And come over here, and these are going to be the same. We'll have the same shelves that we have here. I love this. When I saw these shelves in this pantry, it's when I fell in love with this house. So we're going to just replace them with some more substantial, easier to clean material, because you see when you get down here, this is particle board, and when it gets wet, it just absorbs water. So that's everything. I'll just do one last look around, because this is the before video, and so this will be the kitchen, and so you can remember what it looks like, because hopefully next year at this time we will have a brand new kitchen.